Welcome to an episode of Collectors Coalition, the show about comics, movies, and more. This is also the show whose hosts are pre-existing conditions. I'm one of your hosts, Christian Bean, and with me is my co-host, the main pre-existing condition himself, Mario Bennese.
I'm out of beer.
You've had beer right there.
Yeah, no, but like I'm out of beer in my fridge.
I'm sorry.
I'm bumming beer off of your endless supply.
True facts, though. My endless supply. Austin's mom just keeps giving them to me, and I just keep saying yes. I'm like, cool, I'll take another. I'll take
Yeah,
more
it's
beer.
free beer.
Cool. Free beers are great. I don't care what it is. You like that one?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I've had this one before.
I'm 50-50 on it. I wasn't ready for it when I first had it.
It's weird, like the gold foil thing around the lid kind of throws me off for a bit.
But you think it's better than it actually is.
It's not. Yeah,
Sorry, I
it's
still have
actually
that cough,
pretty good.
guys. I'm trying to not cough in the mic.
Yeah, this is a Mexican beer,
Okay.
Modelo. Pretty good.
So it's Mexican.
Yeah,
Like you.
like me.
There we go. How's your week going?
I want it to be over, just so I can be in my new building. Bright side, I got the job at Cinemark.
At a movie theater.
Yep. So I will be working at a movie theater.
By that means we'll be going to see movies a lot.
Yep.
A lot from theater.
Yep. I mean, Benny, are you eating cotton? We have Grace's dog in here with us.
My roommate, her dogs. I've been watching them, and I decided that I didn't feel like I didn't want to put him in his kennel for like the hour of recording. I'm just like, I feel guilty about that. So I'm gonna come in here. As long as you behave yourself, you should be fine. And he's behaving himself.
Yeah, I told him I don't want any horse. I don't want any horseplay. I want a good, clean fight. No biting. No scratching.
Well, that's just not fair.
Yeah, well, he's a good kid.
He's a good kid.
Yeah, so the day I went in to go for my interview, my former boss said something along the lines of, hey, do you want to do this job for summer? You'd get the ability to pick up desk shifts. You'd have to fold linens and do room checks, and, you wouldn't have to move your room. You wouldn't have to move rooms at all, and it'd be free housing. Mind you, we already have people whose jobs it is to sit at the desk, and we have the RAs who have to sit 3 desk shifts, like, per week. And there's, like, 10 per staff. So, at most, I'd be able to pick up, like, 1 or 2 desk shifts per week. That's not enough money to live on.
Yeah.
And so, I'm like, all right, well, I have an interview today, so let me go see how that goes. And I'll get back to you on it.
And you got the job.
So, I got the job. Now, but even before I even got the job, I decided, yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
You're just like, nah, not today.
One, because I want to get away from the soul-crushing black hole that is housing, as far as I can from it.
I mean, I did.
And 2, because I've got 95% of my stuff already packed up, and they pulled this shit on me last year. Like, right as soon as I had all my stuff packed up. By the way, if you do this, you don't have to move out of your room. Thanks, guys. Could have told me this like 2 weeks ago. So, but I am free of housing, and I'm just waiting to move into my new room. So that is... Oh, and I got a jean jacket. So, starting a battle vest.
Sound like you're just copying a friend of ours.
No, man, it's a thing to do in the metal community.
I'm never gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it.
And again, I'm not. I'm.
You listen to like 2 bands.
That's not true. I listen to a lot of metal.
3 bands.
No, I listen to a lot of metal. I listen to a lot of music that I don't tell you about.
Tool.
Yeah.
Gorillaz.
Yeah.
Megadeth.
Yeah.
Some...
Tool isn't metal. Tool isn't metal.
Yeah, but you can put patches on there for your thing.
Of artists I listen to?
Yeah.
You know how many artists? I mean, I can make a whole vest just on the metal bands I listen to alone. I just don't talk about them that often.
Psycho Stick.
Look, parody metal, man. Psycho Stick's hilarious.
Beer is good
Chase,
and stuff.
Chase, I know you're listening to this, and I will say this to the day I die, Chase. I thank you for introducing me to Psycho Stick. I have never been so happy to listening to a band. It's so funny. Beer is good. Beer is good. Beer is good.
And stuff.
So great.
It is good and stuff.
There's also Obey the Beard.
Yeah.
The whole ending part of the song is just the wedding between him and his beard. So great. I love that. I love that band. That band is my life. No, I listen to tons. I listen to everything.
Everything.
Everything. I just like music as a contemporary idea. Like, I just enjoy music.
Yeah, so do I.
It's sort of like movies, except for there's one genre of films I just abjectly don't like. I hate rom-coms.
Yeah.
I don't even think rom-coms are bad. I just don't like them.
You just don't like it because you don't know how to write love interests.
It's not even just that. I just feel it's so cliched. Every single one of them all feel the same. There's two that I've enjoyed to a degree, except for the romantic stuff.
Was it The Notebook?
No, I didn't.
I hated that movie.
Notebook
I hate
for
that.
me.
It's bad.
I liked 12 Things I Hate About You,
Okay.
mainly because I liked all the side characters were really funny, and I really enjoyed them. The teacher scenes were the best scenes.
Yeah.
Just goes up to the microphone, please, black English teacher, please tell me how you're repressed, and I'm just like, yeah, you're the best. the two white kids that dress as Jamaicans, yeah, man, don't get me started on you. There's that one I thought was pretty good, and there's another rom-com. I can't remember what it was. I think it's an Adam Sandler film. That I really
50 First Dates.
That might have been it.
That's the one where the chick gets amnesia every night, and he gets pretty creepy.
Wait, no.
And he kidnaps her.
Isn't Groundhog's Day considered a rom-com?
I wouldn't classify it as a rom-com, but I'm sure you could.
So I like Groundhog's Day. I don't love it like a lot of people do. I like it. I think it's funny. I like the whole Jeopardy scene where he just gets all the answers right. It's just getting all the answers right because he's seen it so many times. And everyone's face just kills me. Alright. Nothing's been going on with me. I'm pretty blank slate. I've got a wedding to go to this weekend. Woo.
Fun. You gonna get blitzed in the closet room? Closet? The coat closet?
They're probably
coat room?
They're probably getting married in the church that my mom goes to.
Yeah, so get blitzed.
No, that is not a good idea. But no, I'm more looking forward to afterwards. I'm going out to dinner with my mom, my little brother, my stepdad, and my girlfriend.
Then you're getting blitzed.
No. You need to stop.
It's not a wedding until somebody's blitzed.
It's not a wedding until someone gets really drunk.
It's sadder if it's one of the people getting married. I got this mutt's pouncing on me.
Not sad, but I wonder if my mom got drunk on her wedding night. I don't remember that night very well.
No, I mean for the ceremony.
I remember that very well. I was the ring holder for my mom's wedding. Stop playing with the dog.
He's too cute.
Stop playing with him. I was more worried about you than I was the dog. I knew this was gonna happen.
Dogs like me.
All right.
Hey, bud.
So guys, let's get into the news this week. First up in the news, the next Godzilla movie, Godzilla King of the Monsters, has been moved up to its new release date of May 22nd, 2020.
Huh. Cool.
For those of you who don't know, Godzilla King of Monsters is going to pit Godzilla, King Kong, and a bunch of other monsters all together. Is the kind of if y'all ever seen Godzilla Monster Island, I think that's what it was called, where Godzilla fought a bunch of monsters in that universe.
Yeah, I think so.
This one's a similar concept, and it's specifically him fighting King Kong. So we set that up, which we all know, him and King Kong are gonna fight. They're gonna be friends again, and they're gonna fight the real big bad.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
I want to see it.
I'm really excited for that film. I do think that Warner Brothers moving this film up in date to match Memorial Day is because I think they realized that this is, like, these last two movies have been profitable, and King Kong's reception alone, I think, really shows them, this series is going to work. People are interested in this. This is going to be what people want to see. Because King Kong was a great movie.
The latest one? The Skull Island?
Skull Island,
yeah. I enjoyed myself with that one.
I had a lot of fun with it. I liked its just nod to every Vietnam film ever. Every, like, late 70s, early 80s war movie is just a nod to them all at parts, and I really appreciated it. So I'm really excited for this next Godzilla. Because the first Godzilla I really liked. The last Godzilla I really liked. 2012 one?
Yeah.
I really liked that film. I thought it was really good. I thought it was definitely...
That was 2013.
2013? Okay.
Yeah.
It was a definite good, like, change. Like, this is where we're going. This is the steps we're going to start taking. This is the series we're going to start getting into, which made me really happy. Moving on. Deadpool 2 will have 3 X-Force characters in it. They will be Sunspot, Feral, and Shattered Star.
Okay.
Just thought that was pretty interesting. Those 3
okay.
X-Force characters confirmed. maybe I know we're getting cable, which is
They really boosted the budget. They could afford 3 now.
4. This
4.
cable's gonna be in it.
That's right, 4.
Yeah.
They aren't, as well known to the non-comic
Cable's
audience.
pretty well known.
No, I mean like not as.
Oh.
Yeah.
I knew Farrell. I know Sunspot. I don't know much about Shattered Star. I know the character, just not much about him. Continuing with some Deadpool news, a Deadpool cartoon was announced by Marvel and FXX. Donald Glover is going to be the showrunner, writer, and executive producer of the series. We haven't gotten much past that. Only thing we really know other than that is going to be a 10 episodes first season, I believe. And from there, we'll see what happens.
And it's 1X away from being a porno.
Oh my god. You know that joke's going to happen in this show.
Yeah.
I'm also really excited. Donald Glover's a very, very good writer. And very talented.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
Next up, we get some new casting information for the New Mutants movie. Taylor Joy has been cast as Magic.
Magic.
For those of you... For those of you who don't know what Magic is a mutant capable of sorcery who uses teleportation discs to travel between locations instantly. Or, in other news, he's Discount Nightcrawler.
Pretty much, yeah.
Marissa Williams from Game of Thrones. I know her. I like her. She's a sweet girl. Steps in as Wolfsbane, a young girl struggling to handle her mentality, her religious beliefs that have installed her against the ability to turn into a wolf. Like, being religious kind of goes against this idea of turning into the wolf. It's weird. It's a weird character.
Okay.
Yeah. Religious struggles.
Yeah.
We've seen it. Daredevil. A lot of times Daredevil.
In
better ways, Daredevil.
I just don't care about the X-Men or anything related to it. It's never been my thing.
Good castings. I don't think the New Mutants movie's going to be very good. I just think it's got too much working against it to be good.
Like, Fox.
Well, that's what I meant. Moving on. Rogue One closes its theatrical run with just over $1 billion.
That's more than I'll ever see in my entire life.
Maybe. You never know. You might win the lottery one day.
That's true. I could get run over by a car then. Be like, my name is Earl.
Mario will get $1 billion one day and he'll just hang himself so he could say he at least got that far. So yeah, congratulations, gentlemen, to the gentleman who made Rogue One. Good job, guys. I'm proud of you. It's a good film. Good on you. Next up, Avatar 2 casts Cliff Curtis from the Fear of the Walking Dead as a character. We don't know who it is. We just got casted.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for it. I'm not a big Fear of the Walking Dead fan.
I'm just not a big Walking Dead fan in general.
Comics are very good. I think you would like the comics a lot if you.
I've heard the comics are good. I'm just not a big zombie guy though.
Well, that's the thing about Walking Dead. It's not about the zombies. It's about the people.
Yeah.
The zombies become less of a plot point and more of just kind of this ominous threat. It's like the zombies in the series more represent all the characters' mortality, and normally when they finally get to the point where their mortality catches up to them, they're eaten by a zombie, and that's their mortality catching up to them.
I mean, I think I read an issue or two somewhere.
You can borrow my volume 1. I have no issue with that. It's good. I think you would like it. I think you'd appreciate how it tells a story. It's very well done.
Okay.
The show, on the other hand, has taken kind of a fall for me. I don't like it much anymore. The Aladdin remake has been confirmed to be a musical. Take that for what you will. It's a musical.
Aladdin?
Yep. I mean, so wasn't Beauty and the Beast also a musical?
Yeah. Well, so were the cartoon counterparts,
I'm not going to say it. I've already said how staunchly against I am.
They've changed nothing. They added 1 or 2 songs, but that's it.
They take certain subplots which are like hinted on and they make them like big part.
These are stupid movies.
I can't do it.
Stupid.
It's such a cash
Stupid. It's cheap. It's a cash grab.
It's such a cash grab. It's just been announced a new Judge Dredd called Mega City TV show is in the works from IM Global and an independent UK game developer called Rebellion. That's pretty weird.
Cool.
Yeah, there's no real answers on who's directing We don't really know who's running the show. We don't know what's going on, but we know what's happening, and I'm interested to see where that goes. Speaking of things that are coming back that make me objectively happy, a rated R Hellboy reboot is in the works with David Harbour. If you don't know him, he's a gentleman who was the sheriff in Stranger Things, playing the Red Devil himself.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that. He was on the casting list for being Cable, and honestly, I think he's going to play a great Hellboy.
Yeah.
I'm super hyped for that. It sounds exciting.
What do you think this is, Benny?
He's walking around like an idiot. It's official. Sci-Fi orders Krypton to be made into a series.
Yeah.
They just officially did it.
This is part of the DCEU, so this takes place like a whole generation before Kal-El's even born. So Kryptonian politics, that could be really interesting, could be really boring.
Does it take place within the comics universe?
No, it takes place within the movie universe.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So,
Okay.
I mean, I'll give it a chance because
the little bit we saw of Man of Steel was pretty.
Mm-hmm. But like Kryptonian politics can be interesting, but it's a very fine line.
Depending on the writer.
Yeah.
We'll see where it goes. We're gonna get introduced to a lot of characters. You already know that. I mean, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Powerless has been canceled by NBC due to low ratings.
Is it not getting the viewers, or is it just
Just not
bad?
getting the viewership, apparently.
Huh. It's sad because I like Vanessa Hudgens.
Yeah. The little I saw the show, I thought it looked funny, but hey, stop that. The little I saw the show, I thought it looked funny, but I don't know. I just never could get myself to watch it. I wanted to. I just never came around.
Oh well.
So one show is canceled that maybe should have been, but another show has been renewed for a 4th season. Maybe that shouldn't have been. Gotham. Gotham's show's been renewed for a 4th season. Are the ratings that good? Is it good enough to be renewed for a 4th season?
This is Batman.
It's not Batman. It's not. It's not. It's just not. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell at you.
Yes, you did.
Kind of. To kind of wrap up the whole series, DC series thing, Black Lightning has been officially given the order to make a series, and iZombie has been renewed as well. So.
Okay.
A lot of TV news this week.
Yeah. I don't watch a lot of TV shows anymore, or at least not like as they're airing.
iZombie's funny.
It's funny.
Yeah, I liked it.
Right.
I loved the first season. I thought it was very good. I haven't seen season 2 yet. I've heard season 2 is also very good.
I'll give it a shot. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, dude, just watch the first season. It's fun. It's stupid fun.
Ooh! Today's the 12th. That means tomorrow, Riverdale should be hitting Netflix. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's a very good show. I really like it.
Taking a nap.
Guy Ritchie has said that he is interested in doing a Suicide Squad 2.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Guy Ritchie. I do. I like his style a lot. I don't think he's been doing many good things recently. Okay, he hasn't done anything really of note recently. He's really just been falling flat in his face with the stuff he's done. But his style would work well with the Suicide Squad. I just don't. I don't know whether he's just going to produce another flop like he's been producing, or maybe he'll give us something good. I'm not sure with it.
I just don't care enough for another Suicide Squad movie. One was fine. I just don't see the need for a second one, and I know why they're doing it. So you can.
It sold. It did sell.
Yeah, I know it's sold, but they're doing it because
Well.
they can shove Harley Quinn and ghetto Joker in there.
Ghetto Joker.
Fucking hated Jared Leto as Joker. I want to punch him in his stupid
was a
face. I want to punch him in his face.
I take him on his word that they didn't put his best scenes in there. They really did select the scenes that fit the character they wanted to show. I'm like, I'll take your word for it.
They didn't put his best scenes in there?
Apparently,
Because every scene with him is
apparently,
pretty
like
not very
the
good.
The role, what he was doing was like, he was going like he did a lot of different like styles for Joker, and was like all over the place, like purposely balanced everywhere with Joker, emotionally and mentally, and like how he talked and how he acted. But from what I understand, they picked select scenes that all showed one type of character, and that's what they did, which, from what I understand, upset him and upset the director a lot as well.
And people that like the Joker.
Huh?
And people that like the Joker.
Yeah. Because apparently there's a scene where he just flats out, like, in a whole bit where he's like, "Oh, I'm so happy to have you fight back, Harley." Apparently the sequence, like the second right after that they cut out, was him just straight up punching her in the face and screaming, "Don't you ever dare leave me again." You know, like the Joker would do.
Yeah.
The psychopath.
Yeah, but they gotta milk the Harley Joker romance bullshit
Apparently,
to sell merchandise.
There was a subplot in the movie where it was that abusive relationship.
You gotta sell merchandise.
And it was supposed to create sympathy for the Harley Quinn character. And I'm like, you mean like the thing that makes their relationship really compelling? You feel very bad for her? Like you don't want her to be a bad person? The thing when she went good that you really liked because she finally... Ugh, I hate these movies. And people who defend the Harley-Joker relationship, I really don't like. I just said I don't want to talk to you. You're not people I want to associate with because you are...
People that don't understand the source material.
You are approving of abusive relationships. Well, I don't like there's abuse. Well, that's a part of the relationship. That's like saying, oh yeah, my boyfriend smells, but he's great. But he smells. There's no way you can separate that. He's still going to smell, but you can forgive that. Well, the abusive relationship thing is like, he beats her. It's like, yeah, like, he's a murderer, but he also makes really great cannolis. The cannolis are fine. He's still a fucking murderer.
Yeah.
I have a lot of weird allegories for this.
Oh, I know you do.
But it's like, the whole point of the Joker's character, he is unforgivable in everything he does. He is not a good person. There's nothing about him that is good.
No,
period.
not at all.
And the thing with Harley Quinn is that she's completely redeemable. She's a good person. Just not well.
Yeah, led down the wrong path.
I don't know. It just ruins the characters. I hate people who support this because they are real, just people that make me super angry. Next up, the last bit of the news. Nightwing is to take on the entire DC universe in a new, non-canon miniseries called Nightwing, The New Order. So here's the synopsis. DC Comics presents a story of a future world without weapons, where superpowers have been eliminated and outlawed. The man responsible, none other than Dick Grayson, aka Nightwing, now leader of a government task force called the Crusaders, who are charged with hunting the remaining supers. But when events transpire, which turn the Crusaders' aims toward Grayson's own family, the former Boar Wonder himself must turn against the very system that he helped create, with the help of the very own people he's been hunting for years. The last metahumans of the DC universe.
Okay.
What? What's going on with the story? It's everywhere. The story's insanity. I really like it. Not gonna lie.
I mean, it's not canon. It's not canon, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
it could be good,
it's
but
like
it's
Nazi
just.
Germany meets. It's like Nazi Germany meets the Incredibles.
Well, one of the people that's gonna be in there is obviously Soups.
Yeah, like he's in the first few pages.
Yeah.
Where I guess Nightwing kills him. Straight up kills him. I'm sorry. I do feel bad.
List the books Mario isn't going to buy because he will be sad.
Yeah, it's just the beginning. It shows like Superman with the just thing, just something impaled right through his chest.
Did it? Really?
Yeah, he impales him.
That's graphic.
It's apparently like it had like a rock coming out of his chest. And I'm like, wow, holy cow, that's dark.
I don't know if I want to read that.
Oh, I'm totally reading it. I'm hyped for that.
Well, yeah, because you love, everything Batman related.
I love Nightwing. I think the character's great. And I would love to see this character done in this kind of way. Sorry, guys. It's interesting. It's interesting. I want to see what they do with that. I'm curious what... I don't know. I want to see how they work that. It could be really good. It could also be hot trash on a Sunday.
Who's writing it?
Oh, I don't remember. God, I had it written down, but for some reason I don't know right now. So let's take a look at it.
Because depending on who's writing it.
The new order. Comic book reader. That's where I got it. I'll show you the images as well of Soup being impaled.
I don't want to see that. That'll make me sad.
I'm show you it.
Forever.
Sorry, guys. Me in just a second.
No.
I know. I should be more ready for this, but I forgot. I thought I put it down. The writer is Kyle Higgins.
I might have read some of his stuff.
Artist is Trevor McCarthy. The art looks gorgeous, by the way. Like, genuinely very pretty. I'm trying to find the image for you. I make it sound more graphic than it is. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It was not through... It wasn't a rock through his chest. It's, debris throughout his body. Like, metal poles sticking out of his leg.
That's even more graphic.
Something sticking out of his leg. Another thing sticking out of his leg. Actually, just his leg. I don't know why I thought chest. Him bloodied. Basically dead. And I think he shoots him. And kills him. Oh no, he just leaves him to die.
I don't think I want to read this.
Yeah, holy cow. He might be in it for a little bit longer. I wonder what happened to Batman. Maybe Batman dies.
Maybe he kills Batman.
Maybe someone kills Batman, that's what puts him down this path.
Maybe Batman kills Batman.
Maybe Superman accidentally kills Batman.
Why would Superman accidentally kill Batman?
Yeah,
What, does he give him a hug or something? Pat him on the back?
Humps his leg.
That's just graphic.
Yeah, so is Impaled Superman, but...
Yeah, well... Yeah.
I don't know why I had the image of him peeled through the chest. Probably from BVS. BVS did that! Wait a minute, and that wasn't graphic?
He sacrificed himself for the good of others.
Yeah, he sacrificed himself because that needed to happen. Because, Wonder Woman isn't as fast, as strong as him to do it herself.
Well, it's not very good business to introduce a character, kill her off, and then put out a new movie with her.
Without him dying. She's not weak to kryptonite. The only reason why he died is because he's weak to kryptonite. She could have taken a punch from Doomsday. I forget what the goblin's name was again.
It wasn't a very good looking Doomsday.
It was the worst looking Doomsday.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Okay, let's move on to the comics.
Alright, well, speaking of Superman and his many, many villains, we got Action Comics number 979, written by Dan Jurgens and art by Patrick Zurcher.
And this one he was also impaled. No, I'm kidding.
Nah, this was great.
That was good. Very good.
Very good.
Very good.
We have a return to form on a villain that... Actually, I'm not spoiling anything. It's on the cover. Hank Henshaw is Cyborg Superman again.
Yeah, we found out the last issue, too. Because it was digital.
Yeah.
He's obviously Cyborg Superman again.
Yeah, but he actually gets, like, the...
Oh, he gets a look back.
Yeah.
Oh, and it looks
it's on the cover, so I'm not spoiling anything.
Yeah, and it looks amazing.
Yeah, it looks great. Because the one thing that I absolutely hated about the changes made to... You good, buddy?
Yeah, good.
The villains for the Superman mythos in the New 52 is that Zor-El, Jor-El's brother, which is Kara's father, is Cyborg Superman, and it's absolutely stupid.
And it makes Zor-El just blatantly unlikable. Which
Yeah.
That wasn't this case. Like, Zor-El was...
Yeah,
was
like some
understood.
continuity, like he was a little jealous of Jor-El, but like Zor-El was never
But it was
just
still
an
his
outright dick.
He was his brother still, and they were still brothers.
And like he gets fixed through Brainiac technology, but there's no reason for him to take up an image that looks like Superman because he wouldn't know who the hell Superman is. It was a stupid change, and I didn't like it. But Hank Henshaw is Cyborg Superman now, and things are good with me. So, yeah.
Yeah, it looks really good. It was a good written story. I can't say anything because there's a spoiler, but it's a spoiler for another book. The ending
You're
of this,
thinking a detective.
I'm thinking of Suicide Squad. The ending of this book and Suicide Squad are actually kind of connected in a way, and it's in a way I thought was kind of funny. But we'll discuss it more next week.
Well, we kind of predicted it.
Yeah, we'll discuss it more next time Suicide Squad comes up.
Well, next up we got All-Star Batman.
Number 10.
Just waiting for you to finish your cough, sir.
Shut up.
I'm not sure how audible I am over that. All-Star Batman number 10. You're the worst.
I can't help it.
Written by Scott Snyder and art by Raphael Albuquerque.
For the most part, All-Star Batman number 10 is pretty good. I don't dislike it per se. It's a first issue to a story that I genuinely have no idea where it's going. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I
you
don't
told
know
me like
what you're doing with this.
You told me about one of the things that happens. I'm like,
It's
what?
it's essentially like it's a story. It's a very early version of a character that we don't really get much stories about. I don't want to spoil it because it's kind of cool when you read it. The ending reveal is kind of cool, but at the same time, you're just kind of like, why and how?
Reasons.
And we're like, all right, I guess. We'll see where that goes. But for the most part, it's really rad. I like it. I'm excited for it. I want to see where it goes. But yeah, it's fine. It's the most flimsy first issue of an All-Star Batman comic.
Flimsy, huh?
It's a little flimsy. It's a little weak. I didn't hate it. It's just weak. The dog's digging on my bed, and Mario is just staring at him like, what the hell is wrong with this animal?
He keeps unplugging the headphones for Bobby to monitor our sound.
The dog's an idiot.
He's not very smart, but he's cute. It's like me.
It's true.
Next up, we got Batgirl and the Birds of Prey, number 10. Written by Julie Benson and art by Rogue Antonia.
It's fine. It's a good ending to the story. I don't know. I don't hate this series. It's kind of boring. You know what I mean? And this film was alright. The last few issues were pretty good. I liked seeing the team up we have of Green Arrow, Nightwing, and the Birds of Prey. That was kind of cool. It's kind of cool to see where this went. A couple cute moments here. The ending upsets me because like I really like this Oracle kid. I think he's really well-meaning. I just don't. I think that I don't know. I want to see where it goes. I guess. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Depending on where it goes, it could be really good or it could be really bad. I don't know. The next story actually interests me. This issue was it's alright. It was a fun ending. It took this story which could have ended really well and just kind of just ended it. I'm like, alright, I guess it's fine. Not the worst thing ever, but it could be much better.
That's all you got?
Yeah.
Alright, next up we got Bug, The Adventures of Forager. This is number 1 of 6. It's written by Lee Allred and art by Michael Allred.
I got a question for you. So, when Young Animals started, was it just a rule that they all made that, hey, so they all have to be weird? Just objectively weird. Just really, really weird.
I'm pretty sure that was the MO for Young Animal.
Because, God, it's weird. I don't understand what's going on.
See, when they...
I don't get it.
When they announced that this book was coming out, I saw Bug, and my first thought was Ambush Bug, and I'm like, sweet, they're bringing Ambush Bug back. They didn't bring... He's like this zany character. Look him up, he's real funny. But
DC Universe?
Yeah, DC Universe.
What does he work with usually?
I'm not too steeped in the lore, but I've read a couple of things with him in it. I think he just kind of does his own thing.
Okay, because this guy works with Orion.
Oh, okay.
They're the New Gods, right? No.
Oh, Orion?
Orion, yeah.
Orion.
I can't pronounce that name.
It's a constellation.
Look, I got the name confused in my head. Give me a break. Come on, man. But yeah.
They didn't bring Ambush Bug back.
I thought I knew this character. And then I read it. I think I might be thinking of Ambush Bug, because I read it and I'm like, what? And I'm like, what's going on? Like, it's not bad. Sorry, it's not bad. It's just weird. It's just really weird and really. I don't understand this. Like, what is going on? But in a way to where like I get the story. It's just the things connected to the story are just like. Okay, but why? Oh, there's no reason behind it? It just is? Like a talking teddy bear. For no reason.
Wait,
he's just a talking teddy bear.
He's a talking teddy bear?
He is a talking teddy bear.
Oh.
For like 2 pages. And just goes away. And then the Bug's sitting there reasonably going, why? Why is there... Did you all hear the talking teddy bear? And they're like, no. So no one saw the ghost kill the talking teddy bear. No. Alright, going crazy, cool. And I'm like, what? Apparently he works with Orion but doesn't want to anymore. Like, doesn't like to fight that war. It makes sense. Apparently he was killed at one point, but not. I don't know. It's weird. It's cool. If you know this character, I would say pick it up. If you don't, I don't know. I'm not saying don't get it. I'm just saying that I kind of expect a story that doesn't make much sense. Like, you get what's happening, but you don't get what's happening. You understand the story, but not understand the context behind the story. It's all very weird.
Huh.
The story makes sense. The connecting tissue just is it's batshit. It's crazy. It's just crazy nonsensical. But the art is gorgeous. Just straight up gorgeous. It's beautiful.
Tune in 2 months to find out what happens next.
2 months. Comes out next month. It's a monthly book.
I know. DC's notorious for delays.
I don't think... It's only a 6-issue story. I don't think it'll get delayed.
We were supposed to have Flash this week, but we didn't.
Yeah, that was dumb.
Yeah.
By the way, Flash didn't come out this week for whatever reason.
Yeah. Next up, we got Detective Comics number 956. Is written by James Tynion IV and art by Marcio Takara. This is the last issue of the League of League of Shadows,
No.
or League of Assassins.
League of Shadows.
Yeah, it's the last bit of that.
It was weird.
It was
Like,
good.
Yeah,
Good weird.
No, not weird. It was weird because I didn't think this was the ending. Like, I was shocked. I'm like, oh, this is the actual ending of the story? Oh, wow, okay, let's go.
It's good.
Yeah. It alludes to a bigger story that's going to happen down the line. Just want to get everyone ready for that. I didn't expect it. I thought this would be the ending of the story. No, it alludes to a bigger story down the line. It is essentially a Cassandra Cain book, a Cassandra Cain story from beginning to end. It's focused almost purely on her, which I thought was super great, and I really was happy for it. But then I'm just like, all right. They kill off a character.
Mm-hmm.
And I was okay with it.
Yeah.
I was okay. I'm like, you don't get used anyways.
Plot twist, it's Batman.
Plot twist, it's Batman. Plot twist, it's Batwoman. Her own book's finally ending, thank God.
Is it really?
No.
Oh.
It's not very good. The Batwoman book, the more I reread the last issue again, just to kind of see if I feel the same.
Oh, you're still picking that up? Of course you are.
Dude, it's Batwoman. I love.
If you're picking up Batwoman, I can't give you crap because I'm picking up Superwoman and
I'm picking up
Supergirl.
Superwoman.
I'm picking up Superwoman and Supergirl,
like
and those are
Superwoman.
two
I like
genuinely.
Supergirl. I genuinely like Supergirl.
For the most part, they're pretty bad.
Supergirl's good. The story, the last story could have ended a bit better, but this overall story was pretty
The last
good.
story could have started a little bit better and had a better middle and a better ending.
Well, so you
It could have
maybe.
been better.
I think the ending could have been much more solid, but it wasn't.
I'm also not a fan of the
So,
artist.
Detective Comics was good.
Pick it up.
I was actually, like I said, I was genuinely surprised that this was the ending of the story. I didn't think it was going to end so soon, but they do allude to a bigger overarching story that's going to happen later, so cool, I guess.
All right. Well, next up we got Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps number 20. It's written by Robert Venditti and art by Raphael Sandoval. This is a great issue.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, absolutely.
It's
great.
everything I wanted out of this book and more.
Yeah, it was really good. I really enjoyed it.
It's so much fun.
It is a lot of fun. It's very interesting.
Gets real weird.
Yeah, it does get really out there. I love the ending. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I like the explanation for these creatures. I'm like, that's really cool. It adds consequences to something that you didn't think like was a big a deal. And then when they
Yeah.
talk about it, you're like, yeah, that's a good point. That was a big mess up. That was a really big stumble on his part. And like, since you don't really see the problem until it's explained to you, you kind of get why the character made the mistake. But you're just like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Of course that was a bad idea. Now that I think about it, like, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. That's a terrible idea. Why did they do that?
Because DC.
I mean, like,
Well,
they were always setting that up.
because DCU.
Ooh.
I hated that campaign.
But they were
Put it up.
obviously setting that up.
Oh yeah.
They were setting this up from the beginning. Like, it makes a lot of sense. It's perfectly sensible. Go ahead to the next one.
Well, next up we got Justice League of America number 6. It's written by Steve Orlando and art by Andy McDonald.
I'm happy it's the ending of the story.
Yeah, because it could have gone
I
and
think
dragged on, but
ending it here was perfect because it just enough intrigue to be worth 3 issues.
it was only 2.
2 issues. Sorry, 2 issues. The story, yeah, it's odd and kind of it kind of happens, and the whole like the light armor thing was definitely kind of a weird thing, but like since it's only 2 issues, it's good weird. It's because it's a fun, cute. JLA has done this before weird. Like we've seen JLA get this weird before, and it's nice. It's nice because it's like I remember this in the 80s JLA when we had that 2-issue story that you were just like, what? Why? What's the purpose of this?
Because reasons.
Because it's only 2 issues, they do compile everything that needs to happen within those 2 issues, and this issue definitely was concluding all those plot lines. And I thought, after I finished it, I'm like, okay, this is good. This is good. This is a good conclusion. Like, I'm happy. I don't feel like this dragged on. I feel like this is exactly as long as it needed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, I actually came to kind of enjoy this story a little bit.
Yeah. I enjoyed this issue.
The first issue was a little like, I don't know what's... Because it was more like, I was worried, like, I don't know how you're going to stretch this. And the next issue, I'm like, oh, it's the ending? Okay, cool. This is a good issue. I liked it.
Yeah.
I summed up everything I needed to know. I'm very happy by it.
I want them to take on Starro next.
It won't.
I know. I just want to see Lobo go up against Starro.
No, that might happen because a Starro clone is in Japan, in China.
Yes, yes. The GMO Starros.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's still a thing. It could happen.
Yeah.
That would be kind of rad.
Yeah.
Batman seeing Starro and goes not again.
I've already dealt with this crap before.
Multiple times. I'm getting tired of it.
Well, next up we got a really good title. Speaking of Japan, or no, not
China.
Japan, China, and some stuff and things going on. We got New Superman number 11. It's written by Gene Luen Yang and art by Billy Tan.
Gene Luen Yang, if you're listening to this, buddy, and I don't think you are, but if you're listening to this, I have such a major I appreciate you in a lot of the ways I appreciate Bendis. You took a character, and you said, okay, I'm gonna take this well-known character. I'm going to make a Asian in China version of this character. And a lot of people were saying, "Oh my God, it's just there to grab, it's supposed to grab the crowd and get and sell to the diversity aspect." And it's like, no, here's a really great character with a really great story and some really great writing with some amazing art. And every time I read this issue, I'm more and more pleased that this is how you get this. This is how you write a good character.
Oh yeah, totally.
And part of me, like I was reading it today, and I just had I'm like, you know what? I'm just really happy that there's a Chinese superhero that that exists finally. That
I mean, you got Dr. Light.
Yeah, but Dr. Light Dr. Light's dead, and he wasn't a superhero for that.
No, female Dr. Light, the one that became Dr. Light around the time of Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Isn't she dead?
Is she dead?
She's dead. Because they did Dr. Light New 52, and they made male Dr. Light again. And he died.
Yeah, but the male Dr. Light, if I remember correctly, was the villain.
No, he wasn't a villain.
Yeah, there was a villain, Dr. Light.
There was a villain, Dr. Light. It was a male Dr. Light. There was a male Dr. Light that was a villain. Then they turned that Dr. Light to a female. It was a hero. And then in New 52, they had made her male again.
Actually, I think female Dr. Light was Japanese.
Yeah. They made a male Dr. Light again in the New 52, and he was in the Trinity War, and his powers overload, and and Superman accidentally kills him. Accidentally. Remember, it was a complete accident.
Yeah, it's been a while since I read that. I don't have a
desire. The story's terrible.
I don't have a
Trinity War was god awful.
I don't have a desire.
It was god awful.
I don't have a desire to reread it.
It was god awful.
I was gonna say that, but
Sorry.
Mr. Wanna talk all the time.
Whatever. But yeah, I love this series, and I just adored this issue.
Yeah, it's really, really good. I liked it. I still have to write my review for it.
For the Superman homepage.
Yeah, I've just been really busy this week, but I'm doing that tonight. Next up, we got Red Hood and the Outlaws number 10. It's written by Scott Lobdell and art by Mirko Clark. Also really good.
This book was surprisingly good too. Like, I like that they're separated for right now, and we're getting these small little character moments with all 3 of them, kind of growing their characters a bit. I loved the I particularly loved, obviously, the Jason Todd bit.
Yeah.
I thought that gives a little bit insight to how he looks at his own death. That was really interesting. I like seeing that it still haunts him, and then explaining why it still haunts him. Sorry. I love this issue. I thought it was fantastic. This series has been Scott Lobdell has been nothing but knocking out of the park issue to issue.
Yeah.
And normally I crap on Lobdell.
Yeah, I think it might have. Okay, it's either that he doesn't do well with like idealistic heroes, and he does better with like anti-heroes, or it's because he had to like cooperate with DC's bullshit mandated garbage from the New 52, where everybody had to be grim and gritty, and nobody could have fun.
He writes this. He's one of my favorite Bizarro writers, just period.
Oh, he does a good job. Though he does confuse the Bizarro language quite a bit, but
I don't think he really cares.
Yeah, the intention is still there. It's just there's a certain way to do it, and he's.
Conversation before. I don't think any writer cares about Bizarro language that much.
I care.
Writers that are writing for DC.
I'm writing for something that's related to.
I love you, buddy. I love you. Okay.
Meh. Next up, we got Renato Jones, Season 2. This is number 1 of 5. It's written by K-A-K. There's 2 A's.
It's 2 A's.
Andrews, and art by the same person. I'm not even going to begin to pronounce it because I will butcher it.
Writer and artist by Korean actress. Image published. Okay, I'm picking this book obviously because it's not a DC book, so obviously Mario's not picking it up.
Nope.
It's not DC or Archie.
Yep, that's me.
So, for those of you who need a little summation of what Renato Jones is, basically it's a millionaire playboy philanthropist. See what I did there? Whose sole purpose in life is to kill
or be killed.
No, is to kill millionaires who have screwed over the world.
Okay.
His whole purpose in life. He has a whole list of people he's going to kill. In season 1, we're introduced to the character of both Renato Jones and his alter ego, the freelancer, who's killing those people. It's super liberal. It's a very liberal book, very liberal idealism. It's very anti-capitalism, anti-corporation. It's very F the man. I'm gonna do what I want, and because of that, I can see how a lot of people don't like it because it can be a bit like roll your eyes. One of the characters' slogan is "Let's make America hate again."
So he's a Trumpster.
He's Trump. No, he's Trump, but he's Trump taken to the conclusion of this universe. This universe is batshit crazy, just crazy nonsense happening constantly. It's crazy nonsense in a crazy nonsense world. It's weird. Because of that, both the art and the writing are both also just utterly nonsensical and crazy. That's the series essentially. Season 1 ends on this really interesting ending to where, you know that cliche of, oh, this is one thing that ties me to my humanity, and, you know, I have to choose whether I get rid of it or I keep it. And the ending's always, I should keep it because my humanity, it's important. Then Ranton just kills it. Just straight up, look, no, die. Because the tie to his humanity is a corporate evil bastard.
Oh.
And more his daughter than anything. And she's also incredibly evil. She's killed, like, I think it's like 80-something people.
Ah.
You don't care. It is a fascinating series. It's like hard R-rated. Hard R.
Tell him about the dildo bots.
Okay. So season 1, ending in season 1, there is a guy he goes to kill. And the guy basically is Apple. It is. He makes phones, makes technology that die within like a few months, and then he releases a new one, and then everyone buys that one. It's Apple, and he uses quote unquote Chinese slave labor, Apple, to make its products. Apple. I'm gonna keep doing that. He boasts himself being a philanthropist, and he's Steve Jobs, philanthropist, and this all around just amazing guy, comparing himself to Einstein and whatnot. Super arrogant, Steve Jobs. I'll keep doing this. So, Renato Jones goes to kill him because he's part of his little group of people, I guess, as well. Breaks in and sees this character who's basically Steve Jobs sleeping with just a bunch, just a horde of just whores, naked women all around him. So he tells your workers to tell your workers to leave, because he's gonna kill them. And he goes, "They're not workers." And then they like all jump at him, push him out, jump at him. He jumps out the window, and they end up being androids. So they're androids that are also sex bots, that are also security guards. This gets weirder. So they grab him from falling down. They bring him back up. They all hold him down, and there's this whole this kind of like short. The banter in this series is very good. It's very short, very to the point, but it's funny. It's very funny. So then they turns out that these androids have a thing they can do, which is their crotch areas become penises, and essentially what they do is that they bone you to death. Now, Renata Jones uses a virus to shut them off, but yeah, sex robots that are also security guards that can kill you by having sex with you. The story's weird. I will never say the story's not weird. Half the reason why I love it. And season 2, issue 1, starts off straight up, all black, like, most of it's in black and white, and if you read it, it makes sense. If you read it and think about it, it makes a lot of sense why it's all in black and white. Very good, very interesting. I really liked it. It's a good start to this issue. It goes a direction I didn't expect, but I kind of knew was going to happen. I really like the series. If you want something that's really mature and like really ultra liberal, but also kind of hilarious, there's a whole like advertisement. All the advertisements that are fake. There's a whole advertisement where he's Spawn. Just one page where he's just dressed as Spawn. His catchphrase is "choke on this." His gun has a blade on it. It's weird. I love this story. I objectively love how weird and crazy and out there the story is. It's a lot of fun. His mask is awesome. But yeah, love this story. Love this series. I'd say give it a try if you want to try something new and different.
I don't want to try anything new and different.
Whatever.
Because I'm a typical comics fanboy.
I won't say anything.
Next up is Shade the Changing Girl number 8, written by Cecil Castellucci and art by Marley Zarconi.
I know y'all love more talking by me, but this is another book that Mario won't pick up, even though I keep telling him to pick it up because it's really, really good. Shade goes to Gotham. And from there, she experiences Gotham through the eyes of the Madness Jacket, and it's pretty cool. For the most part, nothing really happens in this issue that continues off the events of last issue. But you don't really have to because this issue is a lot of fun and really interesting. The art's really rad. You get to see Shade upset, but she doesn't want to admit she's upset. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
She's hurt. She's been hurt by her friends, but she doesn't want to admit it. She wants to pretend like she doesn't care and doesn't affect her. And because of that, you get these moments to where she kind of internally looks back on the people that she's hurt, and she's ignoring it, but you can tell she realizes that now she understands how they feel. Really, it's just one character. It's her ex-boyfriend, and it's interesting. I liked it. It was fun, and its undertones is really well done, and it's really enjoyable. And I'm looking forward to the next issue. I definitely recommend picking this up. It's definitely not as out there weird as the other ones are, but this one is. If you read it on the surface, it just reads as Shade goes to party. But if you read into it and you read in between the lines, Shade is actually really hurt and is really upset. And the events that just happened actually really hurt her a lot. And she trusted people that she doesn't know. She did now kind of hurt her, and she doesn't know how to feel about that. But it's very, very good. I definitely recommend picking it up. So now for the next book, that's going to be talking some more because Mario won't pick it up.
You're the worst. Next up, we got Star Wars Screaming Citadel number 1. It's written by Kieran Gillen and art by Marco Checchetto?
Are you ready for this? I'm not ready for this.
Are there Force Rocks?
I don't know. Are you ready for this? This book does not start very well. It's not a good first issue of the story. It's very slow and very weak.
Was the first page not of a Screaming Citadel?
The reason it's called Screaming Citadel is kind of cool. It's kind of metal.
Is it the souls of the murdered Jedi?
No. It's sort of a spoiler, but like, the main quote unquote villain, like, I guess runs this whole like part of the planet, and the way she cultivates power, I guess is the reason why it's called Screaming Citadel. I don't want to spoil it,
Yes, you do.
but it's strange. It's kind of cool. I mean, I don't dislike it. I just think it's kind of a weak first issue. It's kind of everything just kind of happens. I do love the Han and Leia bit. Was pretty funny and really enjoyable, but for the most part, I do feel this is the weakest of their story starts. I even think the Force Rock started better than this.
Well, yeah, that's Force Rocks.
God, that was such a terrible story. I'm so glad. It's
Hey,
over.
man, the Force Rocks.
I'll punch you in the face.
No, you
Right
won't.
here, right now.
No, you won't. You love me too much.
You're right, I do.
Next up, we got a book that I actually did read, Suicide Squad number 17, written by Rob Williams and art by Tony S. Daniel.
I got shock and awe.
It's good. It's very good. So glad to have Tony S. Daniel on this book.
It looks great. My apologies. I loved it. I love seeing Zod on the team. I love Zod's just blatant F you to everything Amanda Waller says. Just not
like
wanting
me.
any of this.
Like me.
It ends the exact way you would expect it to end, if that makes sense. It ends in a way that genuinely doesn't surprise you. Like, you're like, of course he does. It makes complete sense.
Yeah, it reminded me of, well, I'll talk about it next week, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Or the week after, depending on.
Whenever the next issue comes out, because it reminded me of a scene in something else Superman related that happens at the end of this book.
Yeah, and it when it happens, you're just like, oh my god, but then you're like, no, that makes sense.
And it's metal.
It's so metal. It's so hardcore. It's just the most hardcore thing he could do.
Oh, speaking of things that I'll mention in later episodes, last episode I said that the Superman radio show started in 1945. I don't know why I said that. It started in 1940.
How could you be so...
I know. No, I'm
off.
beating myself up for that.
It's okay. It happens, buddy.
Next up, we got Supergirl number 9, written by Steve Orlando and art by Brian Ching. Steve Orlando just kind of the what's that guy's name that does all like he does over at Marvel. He does like everything over there. He does all. No, not Brian Michael Bendis.
Bendis does do a lot of stuff over there.
Oh, he's mainly known for his Spider-Man stuff. No, there's a different guy. Either way, I'm starting to get the impression that Steve Orlando.
Todd McFarlane?
No, not Todd McFarlane.
He's an Image. He runs Image.
Tom. No, it's not Tom. Either way, he's like that omnipresent, writes everything guy at DC.
I think he does a very good job.
For the most part.
I like Supergirl. I know we're very different opinions of this.
No, I liked this issue.
I think the first story was fine. I do agree that the ending was a little weak. Don't you dare, because you're gonna say in the beginning and the middle. But I completely agree. I think the story is really good. I think the beginning's fine. I think the middle is really cool.
Are you standing?
My knee.
Oh.
I need to sit up for a second.
Just hold your mic. I don't know if everybody can hear you.
They can hear me just fine. I sit this far away anyways.
No, you don't.
Talking louder. Yeah, I do. Okay, I'm good now. Sorry, I had to stand for a second. My knee was hurting. But yeah, I like Supergirl.
Yeah, this was a good issue this week. Month.
I like the story. Like, just genuinely like the story. Like, I like where the story's going.
We see a villain that we haven't seen in a long time.
True.
I still don't like the artist, though he does a good Batgirl.
I like this artist. I think he captures the feel of the story.
I just want somebody that can draw people and not make Supergirl look stupid.
I like how Supergirl looks, but just...
Well, he draws a good Batgirl, but like...
I like how Supergirl looks, man. I don't know what to tell you. I don't agree with you on this one.
I just don't like the way that he draws Kara.
I agree. To an extent, I see where you're coming from. I don't know. I do like it. I think it looks cool. But that's just me.
All right. Well, next up we got Superwoman number 10. It's written by Kate Perkins and art by Steven Segovia. This is actually a good issue of Superwoman.
I liked it a lot. I thought it was pretty cool.
Lana is not completely out of character and is actually kind of likable in this one.
Her new suit, super rad. Super rad. Like, I really liked it a lot.
Yeah, it's good.
It's super cool. Like, I'm like, that's awesome.
I got nothing else to say.
Yeah,
it's good.
It's pretty straightforward. I like the whole internal struggle she's having. For the most part, it's pretty interesting. I do think it kind of feels longer than it needs to be, but that's just me. Alright, let's go to the next one.
Next up, we got Titans number 11. This is written by Dan Abnett and art by Brett Booth, and this is the first part of the Lazarus contract.
Good?
Yeah. Oh, this was awesome. This is cooler than I thought it was going to be.
The ending just blows. You're like, oh no, this isn't going to be good. This is going to be an interesting conversation for when the story's over.
Yeah, they actually brought back something that, happened in the original.
I think we can say it. I don't think it's a big deal.
They
brought back the Ravager.
Yeah,
his death
in the early issues of New Teen Titans.
I don't think they could do the story without that.
Oh no, because that's like the thing that this entire thing's riding on.
Yeah, I agree. I think without that, the story doesn't go as well as it could. So I like this issue a lot.
It's good. Does the next issue comes out next week?
And then we get to that, and then we get to that.
Okay.
It's 4 weeks.
So far, they're off to a good start.
Yeah. Dan Abnett, good writer. He's just knocks out of the park every issue.
Yeah.
Does a really good job.
Well, next up, we got Wonder Woman number 22. This is written by Greg Rucka and art by Bill Key Everly.
Cool issue. I feel this one's a little weaker in this story, though.
Yeah.
It just kind of happens.
Yeah.
I do like the idea of Bruce Wayne and Lex Luthor bidding for a date with Wonder Woman. Like,
yeah.
That was really funny.
Okay, so I was waiting for Bean to get around to reading this issue because I saw something on the second page. You see like this full page splash of Diana in this white dress. And I don't know if it's just me, but like on her left boob, like for some reason I see like her nipple.
It's just you.
It can't be just me.
I looked at it for a solid 30 minutes trying to see it.
You did not look at that for 30 minutes.
You mentioned it, and I'm like, I just started staring at it, and I'm like, I don't
Were you looking at her left, as in like from your perspective, or like her
perspective?
Okay.
And then I looked at her perspective.
What kind of useless, stupid superpower is that? I can undress comic book women.
Congratulations.
X-ray vision for comic book women.
Jones has naked women in there if you want to like. If you want to just look.
Hey man, I like to actually earn my keep. I got to do the work in some capacity.
I mean, you sure do the work, all right.
You're the worst.
I love you, buddy.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. It was a good issue. I think it was the weaker of the God Watch issues, which I thought was been a solid story thus far.
Yeah. Those Godwatch and the Lies or the Truth or whatever the hell we're on now. Those both are wrapping up in the next couple issues because Greg Rucka is going to be leaving. And then like the final issue, I think 25 is going to like tie both of those stories together.
And hopefully it stops with a 2-issue
Yeah,
story thing.
As much as I love Greg Rucka, I just want one solid linear narrative. And to know where we take place on the timeline, because I don't know if we're like, I don't know where we're at time-wise.
Yeah, it's a little, it's jumped around so much that I'm just confused.
Yeah. The art's good, though.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, I like the cover a lot, too.
So do I. Well, guys, that's the comics for the week. Next up is going to be Garbage Day. Garbage Day! So this week's Garbage Day is kind of weird. It's How to Be a Latino Lover. Directed by Ken Marino. Written by Chris Spain and John Zack. Starring Eugene Derbez. I'm really sorry. I'm going to butcher these names. I really am sorry. Salma...
You got Salma Hayek.
Salma Hayek. I always get her last name confused. And Rob Lowe. And a little kid, which I don't know why it's not listed here, but the little cute kid is Rafael Alejandro, and he's adorable.
This is an enigma. God damn it.
This movie is way too...
It's an enigma. It's a fucking enigma. Because, like, by all standards, it should not be very good. Like, it's cliched as hell. It's like... What?
It's a very cliched story, done in a very original way.
It's got a charm to it, though.
It's funny. It's legitimately funny.
Yeah, there are moments where I actually... All right, so let me explain to you.
Of scenes, I'm dying.
Let me explain to you.
Laughing.
I'm pretty sure the guy next to you wanted to just kick your ass.
I felt bad, but like I was sick and wanted to see a movie. Sue me.
Okay, let me explain to you, like, just how this movie goes for me. All right, so the first scene we get like this little Hispanic Mexican family in Mexico, right? And they're waiting for their dad to come home. The dad comes home and he's tired. He's been on the road for a long time. He falls asleep at the wheel and he crashes the truck. He's like a truck driver. He crashes the truck through their house. It's gonna be one of those movies. Estoy bien. Truck blows up.
I'm okay, and then
truck blows up.
It's
and then I'm like,
so
God
funny.
damn it, movie.
Me and the person laugh. We're like, all right, truck goes through, and estoy bien. We're just like,
I'm like, damn it, movie.
It starts off on that strong note, and then right after that is a funny conversation between the big brother and the little sister, which I just thought like, so well, but the whole little sister's like, we have to work hard for our money, and he looks like, how'd that work out for Dad? Spoiler alert, he's dead. And I'm like, wow, this is dark.
This movie hates dads.
Yeah.
Because the little boy's dad is dead. The main character's dad is dead.
So back to it. This movie is funny. Like, it's legitimately funny.
There are moments where it misses the mark on some jokes, but then it balances out with like a genuinely funny moment. Like there's this moment where like so the mom is like this architect, and she's trying to sell her ideas for blueprints for a house, whatever, and she keeps not getting the job or whatever because they want somebody with more experience or whatever.
It's actually a huge problem when it comes to architects.
And so
it actually has a whole moment where it's like, I need work to get experience, but I need experience to get work. So how what am I supposed to do? I'm like, yeah, welcome to the world. I'm sorry, it sucks. Sorry, go ahead.
And so she's talking to her boss, whatever, and they're walking outside, and her kid pulls the car up. He's like 10 years old, and the mom freaks out like, oh my God, and her boss goes, I'd be more concerned if I cared about kids.
I love when her older brother rolls in the window. Don't worry, it was just around the block. Yeah. I'm like, dude, that's completely missed the point.
There's a point where he gets slapped with a tortilla by his sister.
Why a tortilla?
¿Por qué la tortilla?
It's so funny.
And if you were expecting Rob Lowe to not be a villain in this,
you're kind of right. You're actually kind of right. He's just one bad thing, but for all the most part, it's completely in character, and it makes a lot of sense, and the story sets it up, and he ends up not being a bad guy. He's just kind of the movie sets it up, and it makes sense why he would do it. And I don't really blame him for doing it, because I mean, duh, that's how this character, it's how him and Debrez's character works.
Yeah.
And main actor in this, sorry, Debrez, main character, hilarious. I love him.
Oh yeah, he's great.
Maximo's the funniest thing. Just straight up the funniest thing.
I appreciated how a lot of the.
Still in? You still have me, right?
Okay. Yeah, just take him out.
No, we're already done. It's here. Go ahead.
Okay. I appreciate how a lot of the dialogue was actually Spanish.
Yeah, I think that's one. I guess the critics' biggest problem with the film would have been is that it's a good chunk of this dialogue is in Spanish, but like, I like that. You can tell the audience that this film was made for, and most of the time when it does that, it's usually like, it caters to this audience, but it does it in like a low way. No, it does it in a high way. I feel like the audience, it's obviously catering toward it. it respects the audience. It respects their struggle. It kind of shows a bunch of different issues with the audience, like with the culture itself, and like talks about how their views on hard work and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I really like that. I thought it was really well done. I thought this movie was solid and funny and interesting and enjoyable.
Yeah,
There's a couple things that don't hit the mark, but for the most part, it's fun.
Yeah, it's fine. I wouldn't recommend paying like $12 to see it. See it on a discount day. See it on Netflix.
Honestly,
it's worth a watch.
If you're Hispanic, I would say it's worth seeing.
Or if you just like comedy.
Well, no, if you're Hispanic, I say it's worth seeing full.
Oh yeah.
I think you would definitely enjoy it more than I would. I think more than Mario would, because I'm Hispanic, but it's like you were raised in a.
I was raised by my mom, and my mom is white as hell.
Yeah, so I'm not. I was trying to say I'm not being mean, but
no, it's fine.
for someone like raised in a Hispanic family.
No, it wasn't.
Culture, yeah,
it wasn't.
That culture, I think you wouldn't really. I think you would enjoy a good chunk of this film much more than me and Mario would. I think that was more geared toward you. Because of that, I really appreciated it more. I really appreciate your attempt to give your audience this movie than me. I like the movie didn't attempt to strongly get me into it. It's just like, look, if it's funny, you'll like it.
Yeah.
There are things that are like low bragging humor, but for the most part, it's funny.
I'm surprised they only had 2 fart jokes.
And they're both really good.
They're alright.
I like the one, pull my finger out too late. I'm just like, it's funny.
It's funny because it came out of his butt.
Yeah. The fart trick made me laugh. Alright, give me a break. For the most part, the movie's really good. Go see it. It's worth it. It's worth it. Definitely found a discount. I don't see the criticism in this movie. I get it. I get some of it. I think
I get regarding story. Yeah, I get it.
But it's a comedy, dude. Caddyshack
It's
story
like
is famously bad.
look at it this way. It's like one of the better. Like it has that kind of like good Happy Madison movie feel.
Mm-hmm.
So look at it like that.
Every time someone complains about a comedy story, I always like to put out the fact being that Caddyshack story is hot trash. Hot trash.
Also, Salma Hayek is like
and Ghostbusters story is really boring.
Salma Hayek is a goddess.
She's just a beautiful, hilarious woman, and I love her.
She comes out in this dress. She's gonna go out on this date. How does this dress look? The kid's like, I like it. It's tight. Does it make me look fat? No, Mom. It shows off all the right body parts. I'm like, God damn it, kid.
Kid, it's your mom. No. I mean, when you're raised by Salma Hayek, you're gonna have some extreme mommy issues. All right. So
Who knew that watching her salsa to sad Hispanic songs would be so hot?
it was also really funny. The whole tequila bit was the best. I loved it.
There's a charm to this movie.
It's such a great charm to it.
Go watch it.
So this week we did a rewind, and the rewind was of another comedy that is Hot Fuzz. Directed by Edgar Wright, written by Edgar Wright and Simon Pegg, starring Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, Martin Freeman, and Martin Freeman doesn't really star.
Bunch of British people.
Could be nice.
Bunch of blimies.
Bill Knightley,
Limeys.
Robert Popper, Joe Cornish, Chris Watt, and a bunch of other people. This movie, God, it's so great watching it again.
Yeah, there are a lot of.
The Simon Pegg Edgar Wright trilogy that they have.
Oh, was it the Cornetto trilogy?
Cornetto trilogy. All have one similar thing in common. They're all coming to age tales.
And they all feature pubs.
Yeah.
And those ice creams. And those ice creams.
Yeah, it's just like British culture in general. They're all about pubs and drinking and like.
Oh, I'm all about pubs and drinking.
It's just a big thing. So, I rewatching this film, and I decided to since I knew everything so well, I paid really close attention to the beginning. And then in the beginning dialogue and the end dialogue is essentially, for the most part, the same. Like, all the one-liners at the end are all things that happen in the beginning. I just love it so much.
Yeah, the editing is so tight in this movie. We took note of that when we were watching this. Mm-hmm. Just like even when it's not like a fight sequence or whatever, like transitions are great.
Yeah.
Like somebody will throw something down and it'll be the next that sound impact will be like the thing that takes it to the next scene.
Similar shape or style will be.
Yeah, just a lot of great stuff going on in the editing room. Also a lot of really good stuff going on in the background regarding like background comedy, like little tiny gags that if you blink you'll miss it.
Like blinking you miss it kind of jokes, but when you do see them, they're really funny. There's actually a couple of jokes in there that I didn't catch the first few times watching this film.
Yeah.
And I caught this time. I'm like, oh my god, I didn't realize that. Like just way in the background, something happened. I'm like, that's really funny.
Yeah.
I always forget the scene when the people who are raiding the town, just the shot of them for that one shot. I always forget that shot. And every time I see it, it always really hard because the looks on their faces were just like, what the hell is happening? But then that kind of like, well, this is very unpleasant.
The action scenes in this movie are great.
Oh yeah,
a lot of high intensity action scenes.
And it's all callbacks to just really cliche.
Yeah, they have
80s
like
films.
Like even if you haven't seen the films, they'll show you the clips in question that they're referencing. Like they have the two main characters watch Point Break.
Yeah, and they have the whole Point Break shooting in the air moment.
And Nick Frost does the same thing when he's got to shoot his dad. He just shoots. And then they have like that rotating camera angle from Bad Boys 2.
Yeah. It's so great. Like they reference a bunch of movies in it, and they use styles from all those movies. It's definitely a film in appreciation to campy cop films from the 80s.
Yeah, and even in its own right, it's a pretty good mystery.
Yeah, because the movie really smart. The movie understands that by making everyone seem innocent, the obvious twist ending will just be an obvious twist, and like, oh, of course it's this person, this person, this person. They were the guys who did that one bad thing. But this movie, it's like, no, we'll do this smart. We'll make one guy blatantly evil.
Yeah.
Blatantly evil, like obviously the bad guy. And
I'm sure if somebody battered out your brains, all sorts of secrets would come falling out.
And I remember watching the film, we were watching it, I'm like, oh yeah, you're not evil at all. You're totally not evil.
He'll be in bits in the morning.
But the movie does that. Sorry, the movie does that, and it makes the ending reveal of just how, like, is the whole town in on it, makes it so much better, because you think it's the one guy. You genuinely think it's the one guy. And then when, like, oh, it's two people, you realize, oh, it's just him and the mentally challenged kid. And you're like, oh, no, it's literally the whole town is in on this. Except for the graffiti kids, which I thought was hilarious. Those graffiti kids are the best little hoodies. They all act like a unit. They all pull the granny out of the window. That's something I didn't catch in the beginning. That's how she was defeated. I didn't catch it's the little hoodie kids that pull her out.
Yeah.
And it's really funny when I realized, I'm like, oh my god, they're really fast. Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot to love about this movie. Yeah.
It's tight editing, tight writing, tight acting. It's all very. You can tell it's made by a director who's super analytical about the details, and that's what makes Edgar Wright really is great when he is in a film that he wants to do, because he's going to put the heart and soul into it. I don't think Edgar Wright's the be-all end-all. I don't like everything he's done. Like, I just don't. I mean, he did Kick-Ass, didn't he? No, he didn't. That was Matthew Vaughn. He did a film that Scott Pilgrim.
Oh,
I don't like Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
I liked moments of it.
I don't.
I didn't read the source material.
I don't.
So I'm not
either. I'm not a big fan of it. But I do think that Shaun of the Dead's better. But that's because Shaun of the Dead has a place in my heart.
Well, yeah. Because
Shaun is literally me. He's just work, drink, play video games. I'm like, yeah, that's my life.
Being of the Dead.
Being of the Dead. But no, movie's fun. Movie's entertaining. Well done. Well edited. Just all very tight. It's a coming-to-age film in two different ways. It's one guy who's way too serious, learning that life's not all that serious, and one guy who's not serious at all, learning that he has to grow up a little bit. I like how it shows the two sides of a coming-to-age film, where most movies just pick one, and their friendship's really convincing.
Yeah.
I also like the whole conversation of, like, work's great and all, but there has to be more to work than just, there has to be more than just work. You have to enjoy what you do, not just do it.
Yeah.
It's a great film. Well, guys, that's been an episode of Collectors Coalition. As always, we enjoyed doing this. We enjoyed being here. And of course, we're going to end with a stupid quote from Mario. Take it away, buddy.
I got nothing.
Another week, another episode of Collectors Coalition, a Magnesium Studios production.
Prolonged exposure to this podcast may cause the following side effects.
Visiting our website at collectorscoalition.com.
Listening to us on SoundCloud, PodOmatic, and iTunes.
Subscribing to our YouTube channel.
Following us on Twitter at Collect Coalition.
Following us on Instagram, Tumblr, and Facebook at Collectors Coalition.
Bouts of extreme depression.
Uncurable, explosive diarrhea.
Not being able to grow up past the mental maturity of a 3-year-old.
But in all seriousness, thank you for listening, and we love you all.
And remember, stay nerdy, my friends.